Hi everyone, Kathy Maxon, Craft Creations by Kathy. Today we're going to make a swag on our paint stick. I think this is called the 5-gallon paint stick. You can get it in any hardware store. I'm going to use some mesh that I've had in my stash. I think I got it on clearance. It's Christmas. We're going to use this Gnome from the Dollar Tree. This is new this year. So I'm thinking we might put the Gnome more at the bottom and then just put a big giant bow at the top. I got my pipe cleaners, I have my cutting mat, and I have my glass board because we are going to use the wood burner to cut our pieces. I think we're going to cut between 20-21 inches. I do have this ribbon, but I don't know what else I want. That's why I don't know if I want tails in it or not. But as we wait for the wood burner to heat up, let's get ourselves some pipe cleaners. And we're just going to, oh, hey, this has a ruler too. Oh, that's kind of cool. Only goes to 14 inches, which is right there. I didn't even realize that. So 14 and another, so say like 18 total. So that means my 9 would be around the middle. Hey, that was kind of cool. I didn't even notice I had that. So I'm just we're gonna put 5. Put one at this end, somewhere in this vicinity. And I do have my hot glue gun also heating up, because what I'm going to do is just tack these down so they stay in place. I would have known that there was little measurements. I probably would have made sure. Let's see how they like slide. So let's see if the glue gun is ready. I'm just gonna stick a little bit underneath, like where I'm going to be tying it, just to hold it in place. So just, again, working with hot glue, just be careful so you don't burn yourself. Okay, while it's drying, hopefully my gun is all ready. Oh, where did I put my little thing? Remember the last time I had my little file folder. I'm just going to put my mesh in, yep, so it doesn't roll all over, even though it could get snagged because it does stick up a little bit. And I got a Mod Podge of cords going around over here. I probably even got my cord here, I do, in the way for my phone, because it's my old phone. And it dies right away. So I'm just going to trim up this edge. Remember, you're just going to kind of go down in between the spaces. And if you have some little, these are, yeah, okay. Move everything over. Maybe I can put a pool noodle. Oh, I like that idea. Put a pool noodle over top of my file folder. So let's cut. Am I gonna make it? Yeah, let's keep the 21. So we're gonna put 2 in each. 2 in each pipe cleaner. So you're gonna need 10 pieces. So let me get these wood burned and I will be right back. Okay, now we're gonna make cruffles where we're gonna curl each end and ruffle up the middle. So I'm just going to start it. I'm gonna roll it about 3 times. I'm gonna clip it. My clothespin. We're gonna do the same on this side, and then we're just gonna scrunch up the middle. And so then what we're gonna do on we're always gonna put the first one up and down. So then that way it's gonna cover the bottom of your paint stick. Whew. Couldn't figure out what it was called. And so that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna rotate each side. So I have some made over here already. So then the next one is gonna go sideways. Just do it a couple times. And then this one, the middle one, is going to go up and down again. So there we have our 5. Like I've told you before, mesh just sticks to you. I gotta roll my sleeves up. It's sticking to my sleeves. But it does stick to each other. So that is what we're gonna do. The next batch, then we're gonna go sideways, up and down, sideways. So we're gonna do the opposite. So let me get 5 more going. I'm gonna roll up our last one, just put something heavy down. Roll it like 3 times because you want it to get a curl on the end. And then we just scrunch up the middle. Here's our stick. So then what we're going to do is now come over top this one on the bottom. And now we're going to go side to side. Again, like I said, I got some more going here. This one will go, it's sticking to everything. This one will go up and down. Oh my gosh, like I said, it just, this stuff is really bad. It's really sticking. So then here is your full swag. Easy peasy, right? So here is your side. I'm thinking, do I want them off to the side? I could put the bow over here. Do I want them crooked? Do I want them straight up and down? You know, maybe I'll put them off to the side, maybe up a little higher, and then I can put like a little bow tails or ribbon tails down here, and maybe I'll throw some ribbon tails right here, and then I could just put the bow at the top. So now I just need to decide, right? Okay, so this is the ribbon I found. I got this black stick of silky. I got this red hearts, white background with the black and white edge. And I think I'm going to do some polka dots because the gnome does have some dots up in his hat. And I'm going to save this one for the bow. So I think I'm just going to cut 2 pieces of each color. We're going to make crisscross. We'll cut them I'm going to cut them, let's 13 might be too long, but let's just cut them 12 because I think 13 is going to be too long. Sorry, I got my handy dandy pink yardstick. Cut them 12. I think it's the first time I'm using the polka dotted one because it had that crease still. We'll see what this looks like. So we're going to dovetail each end. I'm going to just fold them together or put the ends together. We're going to fold them in half. We're going to cut up at an angle from the fold to the open end, and there's your dovetail. Get all these done. Okay, I'm going to get my little bow dabber out. I'm going to fold it in half. Just find the center. Scrunch it up. I'm going to do the other black one. Find your center. Scrunch up the middle. And then when you go in here, try to kind of like make them like that, like a crisscross. We're going to do the polka dotted ones next. And then we'll do our heart. Okay, move Mr. Gnome. We're going to put that right down here in this bottom section. I'm going to twist a bunch of times. I'm going to cut it off to get my pliers, and I'm just going to roll that under. So what you can do, we can spread them out. Just like that. So then when our gnome goes in here, that's going to cover our mechanics. And it's just going to have some prettiness at the bottom. So then I'm not going to use these two. So all I'm going to do is twist a bunch of times. Flip your pipe cleaner down. So then those ones are out of our way. So then I'm going to make another one of these to put up in that section right here. Okay, so we got this one done. Let's get this in our swag. Tighten it as tight as you can. Twist a bunch of times. Cut off the excess. Flip it under. So what did? We did hearts to the top, polka dots to the center, or polka dots down, and the black to the center. So that way we got peekaboo of everything. So when we put our gnome in this way, the only thing that's not going to be covered is that mechanic. So we'll put our gnome in this way. So let's make a big bow. Okay, I believe these are the ribbons I'm going to be using. I'm going to start off at the bottom with, I have a larger polka dot, so this is a 2.5 inch ribbon, so I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do this 1.5 black, then we'll come in with our special ribbon there with the hearts. We'll do a solid red, and then I may finish it off with this, maybe just one loop of this with a tail, with 2 tails. So let's get our, I think I'm going to do, well, we can always figure this out. I'm going to do maybe 10-inch tails. And do I have to do 10-inch tails of everything? I don't know. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So we'll cut it at 20. Fold it in half. So we find our center and scrunch, and our tails are there. Just trying to think, what do I want to do? 10-inch tails. 10-inch tails are probably going to be too long. So then I think I'm going to do the gnome straight up and down. Inch tails are probably going to be way too long. So then I'm going to cut it at 18. We'll try 18. Fold it in half. Find our center. And so I'll do our specialty ribbon. This is directional. So if I'm doing 8-inch tails, I'm going to cut this one at 9. I'm going to scrunch about 1 inch up to the top. Oh, I did that wrong. I needed to cut it at 10 and scrunch at 9. So it matches that one. Don't like it. That's expensive ribbon, so that's why I didn't really want to. I wanted to figure it out. But when you have directional ribbon, that's all I'm going to do. I don't want my hearts going upside down. I don't want that. Some people do that. I do not. So then I'm going to cut this red at the 18. Fold it in half. I like having my tails in the back. Some people do, you know, all their loops and everything and do their tails and their loops. I think I'm going to do a 6-inch loop. I think I'm only going to do 2. I'm going to stick these right in there. You can like make sure your twists are nice and smooth. So then when you get ready to fluff, you can always also measure up this way. This one on the left, they seem bigger. So let's just move my whole stack over. And we do black. We'll do about 5.5, so measure out 11 inches, pinch, and then same again, measure out 11. Oops, let's cut into that. This one I'm doing 3 loops on each side at like 5.5. Okay, then we did, what did we do? Then we did our specialty one. So we can do this one also a 5.5 inch. Where are those? So I don't like that this one's going, everything's going to the center but this one. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to twist it one more time. Just so then it's all going the same direction. If that makes sense? All my hearts to the center. So then I twisted kind of in there. So it was just that first one. And then, so since my struggle was real the last time we made the bow in the Bodabra, I'm just going to make it by hand, but then put it in there. Okay, so do the red. So this one will go down to 5 inches, so you just need to measure out 10 inches. And you're going to pinch and gather. But we are only going to do 2 loops of this one. So that is what we have. Now we're going to use our other specialty ribbon. This one, I was just going to maybe, I was going to try to do my tails here. I wonder how stupid that would look if I did some tails up here. Well, we won't do that. Let me get a zip tie. So I like my center loops. We're just going to make a loop. So now we got the wrong side. See the sparklies? Just going to twist it. And 4.5 is 9. So let's do 4.5 inch loop. This is another expensive. I mean, I call it expensive when you are used to the Sam's Club ribbon. It's expensive. Okay, so I shouldn't have had this already, so I'm going to clip it. Because I need to pull this out of here. I'm going to try not to mess it up. I'm going to put this on top. I'm going to get my zip tie in here. This is when you need about 3 hands. I'm going to release my, make sure my tails are coming down. You know, I can make sure that I have all this kind of flattened out. I mean, not flat, but just so the twist here, when you go to tighten it, doesn't mess you up. This one is. Okay, now I'm going to stick a pipe cleaner underneath before I tighten it. And then I'm just gonna, okay, cut this puppy off back here. I'm going to twist these. We're going to cut this one off because we have our own pipe cleaner for our bow. Get our bow. And when I twist it over, so it is kind of hugging this piece that goes up and down. But when I twist this tight, I'm going to twist it off to the side. Twist it a bunch of times. Cut it off. Then this way you can tuck it under and it's not going to scratch the door. So while it's on here, you know, we can dovetail. How about we do that? Let me go dovetail all these. Let's get our gnome tied in here. I kind of was letting them dry because I did E6000 and hot glue. same will be with my guy here, my gnome. Just going to do it off to the side. I'm going to wait before I tighten that more. Off to one side, just so it stays in. And then we have our big bow up here. Just fluffing, trying to get it opened up all the way to the inside. And here's our little gnome swag. You get it on the wall, get a picture of it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.